Hi there, it's Anne of Rosie Duck Designs. Thanks ever so much for joining me today. As you can see, I do have one little friend with me, Timmy. He's fast asleep. He'll probably stay that way. I have to say Ollie's nowhere to be seen because I think he's still showing off since the trip to the vets on Monday. I have to say he wasn't at all happy. There was a lot of yowling going on, and he's definitely made it quite obvious that he's not amused. But on the upside, I'm pleased to say that they're both fighting fit, so that's always a good piece of news to get. Anyway, I'm back as promised to talk about Sale-A-Bration. The video I made last seemed to be going on a bit, so I thought it was easier to split the two things up. So Sale-A-Bration, if you're not familiar with it, is a promotion that runs at this time of the year. Now this year it's running from the 3rd of January through to the 31st of March. So there's plenty of time to get involved with it. And basically you get to earn free gifts or rewards when you either shop, host or join. Now I have done some blog posts on all three of the alternatives, and I will put a link to my blog at the front of the video. So I won't go into too much detail about the hosting or the joining. I'll just cover the basics, however. Now, hosting, if you host a party and your total sales exceed £150, then you start to earn what is known as stamping rewards. So at £150 of party sales, you get 10% of the sale amount to spend on anything in either of the catalogues that are current. There's also in both the annual catalogue and in the spring-summer catalogue specific stamp sets that only you can get with stamping rewards. So again, that makes them quite special to get hold of. Now, during Sale-A-Bration, if your party sales exceed or come to £200 or above, you will earn, in addition to any stamping rewards that you're entitled to, you will get £20 more in stamping rewards to spend as you wish in the catalogues. So I always think when you start talking about hosting, people go, oh no, I can't do that, I can't have a party, it's all too much aggravation. When we're talking about hosting, you can have a party by all means, but really all that's necessary is for you to share the catalogues with friends, family, work colleagues, anybody who enjoys crafting. Collect some orders together, and then we would just submit them as you as the hostess. So it really doesn't have to be that traumatic. If it's something that's of interest to you, do please use the contact me link at the front of the video, and I'll be happy to get in touch and talk it through with you. So as I say, there is a blog post as well which outlines a few more details, so do give that a read. Moving on to the joining to become a Stampin' Up demonstrator. Now normally your starter kit costs £99, and for that you get to choose £130 of products of your choice, again from whatever catalogues are current at the time. You also receive some business supplies, and everything is sent to you without any charge for postage and packing. Now during Sale-A-Bration, it's particularly good this year. There are in fact two options. Option 1 is the same £99, but instead of £130 of product, you get to choose £170 of product. So that is £40 more than you would normally be able to choose. And trust me, that's a lot of fun trying to spend £170 in Stampin' Up catalogues. And in addition to that, you would still get the business supplies, and it gets sent to you without any charge for postage and packing. Now, this is where it's different this year, in that we have two options. Option 2 is going to cost £125. Now for that you still get £170 worth of product of your choice. You get the business supplies, and it's all sent to you without any charge for postage and packing. You, under option 2, also get this craft and carry tote bag. Now I have featured this on a previous video, but in case you missed that, this is valued at £47, but but you would effectively be paying £26 for it. Now I have to say that these are exclusively available to people who join as a demonstrator during Sale-A-Bration. They can't be bought separately. As demonstrators, we did have the opportunity to buy one during December, but it was very much on a first come first served basis. There was a limited number available, and I can 100% confirm that we paid £47 if we wanted one. So when it says it's worth £47 or would cost £47, it's absolutely correct. So you are getting a real bargain to get this for just £26. So I'll just show you what the bag is. It's obviously a very nice heavy duty canvas bag. Love the colours, I have to say. You've got two little pockets at the front here, and on the same side you've got the same little pockets. Very nice little tag here, stamping up on the back, and the pretty floral design that's showing up on all the logos and things at the moment. Nice stamping up metal tag here. I've still got the polythene on the top of this that protects it. Nice pocket here that's zipped. I was thinking phone would be quite good in there. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. I could feel that coming. On the back, another nice zip pocket. Now this lining is very silky. Nice, very nice feel to that. So again, handy pocket, car keys, whatever. Obviously you've got straps. Can't miss them really, can you? But there's also these, what are they called? Circle bits. Anyway, this goes on. Ringlets, yeah, hoops, I don't know. But this fits on here. You know when your mind goes and it just doesn't work. So you've got that as a shoulder strap. That obviously fixes on the other end. A nice padded bit for your shoulder there. I have to say I'm more of a strap person than a shoulder bag when it gets to a bag that size, so I'm probably going to put this somewhere safe in a cupboard. Inside, obviously it's designed as a craft bag, so you've got lots of different compartments potentially. You've got pockets on either side there, and then these inset bits are removable because they are just velcroed, so you can take one out. So you've got a long pocket there, a long pocket there, and two short ones there. You can take it might look a bit scruffy on camera because it's the velcro, but it is velcro, it's not raggedy, it's all falling to pieces. So we've taken that one out, so we've got a big space here, but we've still got some extra pockets here. And again, the same thing happens with this. You can take that bit out. Leaving you with one pocket. The whole thing can come out. So it's a very flexible bag. It's got a good size when you've taken all the pockets out. So yeah, of course it's a great craft bag, but it would work as a gym bag, a shopping bag. You know, that bag you always need when you go away for all the extra little bits and pieces, but they don't actually go in the case. So lovely bag, and you get that if you sign up to become a demonstrator during Sale-A-Bration. Now I'm just going to pause the video for a moment before I talk about that anymore, purely because although there's no cats around at the moment, generally if they see a bag they think it's for them, so I don't actually want anything particularly to happen to it at the moment. So if I can just pause it for a moment, I will be back shortly. Right, so that's safely put away. So again, I'm not going to go on about joining too much because there is a blog post, as I say, and there'll be a link for that on the front of the video. All I would say is I know it can all sound a bit scary, business supplies and joining up to be a demonstrator. The reality is you don't actually have to demonstrate anything. whilst it is an excellent opportunity to build a home-based business, equally it's brilliant if you just want to buy your crafting supplies with a discount. There are realistic minimums that you do have to meet, but when you join up in January, you won't have to meet those until the end of June. So that's almost 6 months you get to really give it a try and see whether it works for you. If it does, that's absolutely fantastic, but if it doesn't, it's no great big deal. You just stop being a demonstrator. It really is as simple as that. I'm again happy to answer any questions that you may have, so again use the contact me link at the front and I'll be more than happy to tell you why I joined to be a demonstrator and why I enjoy doing it so much, and also talk you through the pros and cons of it all. There are no hidden contracts, nothing to worry about. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's the end of it, and no questions asked. My one piece of advice is, if having looked through the catalogue, your wish list is around the £100 mark, then joining under option 1 is silly not to. And if you can just push it up to 125, then you get that fabulous bag as well. So I'll leave what I've got to say on hosting at that. But as I say, any questions, please feel free to get in touch with me. Now, probably the thing that we all get very excited about is the freebies that we can get when we shop during Sale-A-Bration. So at the moment, during the first wave of Sale-A-Bration is we have 11 level 1 gifts and we have 2 level 2 gifts. Now, to qualify for a level 1 gift, you have to spend £45 on products excluding postage and packing. And once you've done that, you choose one of the gifts out of the brochure. Now, there's no limit, so if you spend £90, you can have 2 level 1 gifts. If you spend £135, I think it is, that's 3 level 1 gifts if you want, and so on. If seriously you're spending £135, you might want to look at the joining option, but as I say, that's another story. So the level 2, you need to spend £90 excluding postage and packing. So, and you choose one or of the 2 gifts out of that. Again, £135, you could have 1 level 2 gift and 1 level 1 gift, and so on. There will be some additional releases in the middle of February, but this is the main bulk of Sale-A-Bration. So I'll just run through the catalogue or the brochure with you very quickly. You can view it on my online shop. Again, there will be a link to that on the front of the video. And again, as I've said before, if you'd like a copy of the new Spring Summer catalogue, use the contact me link at the front and I'll be happy to put one in the post to you, and that will also include a copy of the Sale-A-Bration brochure. So I've got a few of the items so far, but we'll go through all of them. So it's a nice little stamp set here, Hello Cupcake. So that's your first one. So the level 1 gift, you'll see this icon, free £45 purchase. So it gives you an idea which gift or which level the gift falls into. We've got the second one, this Organdy ribbon combo pack. Now this matches up with, find it, there we go, the colours in this ribbon pack match the Gingham Gala designer series paper. That's a 6x6 designer series paper in the main, or not in the main, in the spring summer catalogue, and these colours match those. So again, really good if you fancy buying that. You could use the ribbon on your cards. It seems that every time we have Sale-A-Bration there is some form of ribbon reward, and I have to say that I tend to, as the weeks go on and I need to buy more stock, and then I get more stock, more product for myself to use, I get more Sale-A-Bration gifts, and I tend to always go for the ribbon at some point, because it's even good if you just want to put a fancy bow on a nice present. So a bit of ribbon is never goes amiss, I find. So there's big push on butterflies this time. As if you've seen the video on the walk through the catalogue, you will have seen me highlight this set under the Butterfly Gala. This comes under the Gingham Gala suite, and this is your stamp set, and there is a coordinating butterfly duet punch. And you can see here we've got 2 free gifts involving butterflies. I didn't wear this t-shirt specifically because I was talking about butterflies. I hadn't really thought about it, but there you go. Must mean they're on trend. So here we've got some butterfly elements, which are wooden elements that you can add your own choice of colours to, and that gives you some nice embellishments for your projects. There's also a really pretty designer series paper. Now I have got that here that I can share with you. And the great thing is that the punch will also coordinate with some of the butterflies that you'll find on this designer series paper. So let me just share that with you. So on one side we've got lots of pretty colours. I have to say I really love that. It's saying spring and summer to me, which, although it's quite nice and sunny today, it's freezing cold outside and you need that hope that warmer weather is round the corner. So that's the one side of them. I love this one. I love all these butterfly ones. They're really pretty. These are nice as well, but I think the butterflies are really vibrant. So let's just try and turn that over. So here you can see we've just got black and white monochrome effect. Now you can leave it at that, or these are ideal. These are great as backgrounds, but these butterflies are really brilliant to add your own colour to, either using stamping blends, stamping right markers, blender pens with your ink pads, or watercolour pencils. So the possibilities are endless. I love that. Just put that up there for safety. So again, moving on, we've got By the Bay. So again, another stamp set, which is brilliant if you're somebody who loves to stamp and then add your own touches of colour to it. This is a nice stamp set for that, as is this one, the Home to Roost. Again, you can pick up the cockerel on this page and on that page over there. Again, it's very much add your own colour to that. You will also notice that you have these items here where if you want to make these, for example, there's one number to quote and you will get all of that, and then you get the opportunity to then buy that, or not buy but receive that as a free product. So it's like we had in the catalogue, where you just quote one number. There's no discounts, but you quote one number and you get everything that you need to make that particular project. So again, a nice idea if you're just starting out and wondering what to buy. We move on to some foil sheets. Always love a foil sheet, I have to say. Now they come in 2 colours. Lovely lipstick. Got those here. So that's the lovely lipstick. If you follow me on a regular basis, you'll know that this is one of my favourite colours at the moment. So I was thrilled to find that as one of the Sale-A-Bration gifts. This is what we would say is a normal foil sheet, and I've made a card using that. Oh, hello Ollie. Was the pull of the camera too much for you? Thought it might be. So this is a card I've made, complete with cat's hair, using the foil of the lovely lipstick foil sheets. And I've made that card using another product from the new catalogue, and it's not that one, it's this one. It's the framelets, or the edgelets, and it's actually this one here, and it cuts out partly, but it's designed as an edge, so it's really effective. And I've cut these out using that one. That cuts out 4 little individual flowers, again just to add coordinating embellishments. So that's that. And then I've used, hello baby, there we go. I knew you couldn't resist it. I'm going to do what you did the other day though, are you? Show us all up. If you missed what you did last time, then I suggest you go and look at the other video. Good for a laugh if nothing else. So I've used this stamp set inside, again with lovely lipstick, and that's been stamped off once to get that paler colour, and I've used that on the envelope as well. So that's the Forever Lovely stamp set. And the sentiment on the front comes from this one, the Strong and Beautiful stamp set, which is again in the new catalogue, and I've used that sentiment there. So I just wanted to highlight that because it's nice to see how some of the new products are, you can use them on your projects. So the other piece of foil paper, foil sheet that comes with that gift is in Grapefruit Grove. And this is very different because I'm hoping that's going to pick up on camera. It's a holographic finish to this. You see all the rainbow colours in that. So that's going to be really good to use. Getting a thumbs up, so I think that's okay. Let me put that up there. So moving on, we've got So Hoppy Together. This is a little frog stamp set. There's always a fun one. I remember last year there was the pandas, and I love that. So that's a nice little set. This is one of the new cling stamps, and just wanted, again, I did mention this last time, the red rubber stamps will come out now as cling stamps from this catalogue onwards, and so the lip salve that I always suggest you use is obsolete, and they will stick very nicely because this now is very sticky. It will stick very nicely onto your block. Now if that was the old style without the lip salve, that would be on the probably on the desk by now. Now I am hearing that they can get very attached to the blocks, so what demonstrators have been saying is when you've used it, clean it off and remove it straight away. Now I'm one of these people that does all my stamping and then cleans up the big mess at the end, but I took this advice and I've been using them and they've been absolutely fine, but I have cleaned it off as soon as I've used it and I've then got it off the block. People have also suggested that if it's a very little stamp, that can get quite attached, so you may want to put a little bit of washi tape so you've got something to grab hold of it. It's one of those we've got to learn as we go along. It's new and we always struggle when things are a bit new. I've just about worked out how to open all the new ink pads, so you know, we will get used to it, and it's a great step forward because now we're going to just be able to clean off the stamp on your chamois, and I used to have to do a baby wipe and clean the back of the stamp as well to get the lip salve off. So I'm sure we're going to be really happy with those as time goes on. Let me just share with you a couple of things I've made using that. That's a little card. So again, that features the frog, and I've just coloured him in with some blender pens with my stamp pads and added some enamel glitter dots just from the annual catalogue, just to give it a little bit more texture on the front there. And I've also used him on this ceramic coaster. Quite liked him. So again, that's another idea that you can use. If you do it on a coaster like this, you do need to seal it with a special sealant, which I haven't done yet on that, so I've got to treat that with a bit of care. That's that one. Then we've got this one, which again is a nice stamp set with different sentiments on it, which again is useful if you're lacking in sentiments in your collection of crafting supplies. There's this pretty one here, again a stamp set, lovely lattice, and this is ideal again if you like to add your own specific colours, so you can turn that into any colour that you like. I'm also on my blog featuring the various Sale-A-Bration gifts, and this is actually on my blog at the moment, so there's even a little video there from Stamping Up telling you how you can use it. Finally, we've got, as the last £45 level 1 gift, this lovely card kit, and you get 8 cards in there, and you do literally need a pair of scissors. I've already made some up. You need a pair of scissors in order to make these cards up, and that is all you need. That's that one, and that's that one. Get my hand out of the way, that would be helpful. Is that, and then moving on to the level 2 gifts, there is the Tea Time Framelit dies. Now these we do know are going to carry on over until the 19 through 20 annual catalogue, so there's going to be a lot of use for that, and that coordinates with this stamp set in the new catalogue, the tea together. Again, I'm thinking that's going to be really good. I can think of sort of get well cards, thank you cards, that's going to be lovely for that. Just the whole floral element, I'm loving that with that. And the final one at the moment, the level 2 gift, is this one, Lasting Lily. So again, that's a really pretty stamp set. Obviously very useful when sadly we're called on to make cards, sympathy cards and things like that. But you could also cheer it up. It would make just a thank you card, or just a card just because you want to send a card. But equally it will work if sadly you need, you know, as we all do from time to time, the sympathy cards. So that is basically all the Sale-A-Bration gifts. I'm just going to pause the video again for one moment. So, if you want to say anything, you want to tell everybody how badly treated you are and dragged to the vet, poked, prodded, got told you to put on weight. It wasn't a great experience, was it? You frightened all those dogs as well, didn't you? And I don't know what that poor little rabbit made of your yowling. There you go. Still don't look happy, do you? Never mind. Perhaps I'll have to find some more fish in the freezer. Perhaps that'll cheer you up. Yeah, I paused it because I knew we'd been rambling somewhat. I didn't know how much time I've been on chatting away as I do. But I've got time. I will show you one of the cards and literally how easy it is to make it up. So this is from this card kit, and you get obviously the instructions in it, English, Japanese, French and German. Educational as well. There you go. With it you get some little stickers, and you also get these little inserts. I'm working against the camera here, I think. So you get these choice of little inserts here, and so I've made a few of these up already. So we're going to go with that one, with this card. So as I said, literally just a pair of scissors required. Now at the front here there's a couple of things that you need to just take out. So a little circle that's been punched. and you need to cut about 10 inches the twine. It's like baker's twine. One of the hardest things in the whole card is actually getting that to thread through the holes. It's a bit like, you know, when you thread cotton through a needle and it's frayed at the edge. It took me longer to do this than it did make the rest of the card up. And of course it's going to take me longer today, isn't it? You all knew that. It's going to be one of those experiences. So I'll have nothing left to tie a bow with in a minute. You ever get that feeling you wish you'd not started something? I kind of get it every time I make a video. Right, so I'm just going to tie that into place. It's me messing up now, Ollie, not you. You're being a good boy, aren't you? So I'm double tying that just to keep it secure, and because it's so thin it doesn't notice that there's a bigger knot there than you perhaps would normally have. Now you've got a piece cut out here, which is basically where that bit is going to fit through. So we take this off. This is like double-sided tape, and it just folds down, and you want that bit to come out through there, and this bit here folds back. That's where your message goes. On the front, I'm going to put one of the Sending Love sticky notes on. Now you've got a line here, so I'm going to just put it underneath there, and this isn't as long as that line there, so it's just a case of centralising it so it's about equidistant between both ends. So you can just put it down on one end, just work it around and see if you're happy with that before you really press it down. Yeah, that's fine. Now of course you don't have to add that. You've got the choice of Sending Love or Sending Wishes. It's not the end of the world if you don't want that. You could just leave that bit blank. Now the inset that goes with that is this one, and there's these little pink stamps that just pull out. There's the yellow one that goes with, it's easy to show you a completed one. Again, your choice is yours. I've done it as per the instructions, but you can do it the other way around. All the colours match. And you just grab one of the paper clips, with the stamp, put that over there, secure that down with the paper clip. Now you could use a glue dot or a bit of adhesive if you just wanted to make sure that stayed put, but it will do with the paper clip anyway. And that just pops in this front pocket that you've made when you folded the bottom bit up to the top bit. That's that. We've got some little gold elements that just go on the bottom here. Again, there's a little line that guides you to where you're going to put it. And then you tie the bow. scruffy bit at the end. There you go. That's not too bad. That's a bow for me. So apart from threading it through the hole, how easy was that? And there's a really pretty little envelope that goes with that. So again, really handy to have them as a backup if you need a card in a hurry. So I think that's definitely all I want to say about Sale-A-Bration. I just want to go back very, very quickly to the annual catalogue, because not the annual catalogue, the spring summer catalogue. There was just a couple of things that I really felt I'd run out of time talking about, and just another couple of stamp sets I just wanted to highlight that could be useful. I always think about spring and summer being wedding times, and this caught my eye, this little stamp set here with the piece of cake. I thought that was quite sweet, and there's a culminating punch there, so great for anniversary, engagements, weddings, that sort of thing. So there was that one. Page 27, again, if sentiments you're short of those, then this is a really good set. Well said. It's a cling stamp set, and there's all sorts of various sentiments in that. You can buy the coordinating dies to go with that, but it's not essential. That would be a really good set on its own just to make various cards up with. And finally, I mentioned page 30. That really took my eye as potential for a baby card. I also thought the rabbit, or this little, I think that's probably a squirrel, isn't it, would make a good get well card. I'm loving the ducks. So that I thought was good, but there was another one at the end here. That caught my eye, Dear Doily. If you're old enough to remember Spirograph, that brought that to my mind. And there are some really lovely coordinating dies that go with that. And finally, another little ideal baby card would be this one on page 51. But I also thought with the You're Invited, it's quite good for baby shower potentially. So that was another one. And this little set, I don't know if you've seen the Pebble pictures that you can buy of you and your family, your dog and that sort of thing, but it reminded me of that, that you could do this with it, make a whole little picture. So good for your own family, but good as a little gift as well. So yeah, that really caught my eye. As time goes on, I'm sure the more I see how other people are using things, I will again think, oh, I didn't actually want that set, but now I can't live without it. So who knows. So that's all I've got to say now. My next video will be back to what I would call proper crafting. If you've enjoyed this video, then do please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like